me, you here, CEO of Focus 180 Coaching. Let me tell you a little bit about what I do. I work with people who are ready to move forward, ready to move from point A to point B. Point B meaning your mission, your vision, your destination, your dreams, your desires, right? And point A is where you are right now. So I help my clients to manifest their goal faster, quicker, and further. How do we do that? Really simply, we clarify your goals. We help you select and prioritize the right activities. We're gonna make sure you do what you're supposed to do every single day. That's called accountability. We're also gonna give you a push once in a while, but always with a smile. But most importantly, we are going to give you all the support you need when times are tough. Guys, www.focus180coaching.com if you want to know more about what I do, and book a complimentary session where we're going to clarify your goal and give you a mini plan of action. In the meantime, have a good one, be well, and stay focused on what you want. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Focus 180 Podcast, and this week we're going to meet with Lynda Jean, and we're going to be talking about something extremely important in business: appearance and its impact on professional presence. Lynda is the CEO and founder of Lynda Jean Image Consulting. She's a corporate speaker. She's the author of 2 books. First book titled Manners Matter for Children, and the second book is titled Business Success with Ease. So if you're in business or you're planning to do business, or actually this is good for anybody who wants to make an impression, listen to what she has to say, take some notes, and that's going to be awesome. Lynda, how are you today? Welcome to the show.
Very well, thank you.
Hey, very cool. Nice. Thank you very much for taking the time for this. First of all, very important to me and my listeners. I know everybody's busy, and I appreciate the fact that you come here, and I know that you have so much value, because I know also one of the things is that some people absolutely need this, what you're going to be talking about. So I want to thank you one more time.
My pleasure.
Very good. So let's get started, and we're going to go slow if you don't mind. I ask this question to everybody. Is there anything you would like to share about you, not business-like, but something that most people don't know about you and you would like to share so we get to know you a little?
Yes, before I was an image consultant, and even before I graduated from university, I was a flight attendant. And I was lucky enough to work for a company that bid different types of work around the world. And so we were leaving Kano, Nigeria, en route to Athens, Greece. And the front end crew, or the pilots, inadvertently went into Libyan airspace.
Oh.
And right away, we looked out the window, and there was just the crew and the front end crew. And we were surrounded by Libyan fighter jets and forced to land immediately. And I was the main purser at that time. So we were told, of course, if you have any alcohol on board or anything that people should not see, to hide it. And so our hearts were beating, and we landed, and it was my job to open the door. And when I opened it, there were soldiers at the bottom with rifles aimed at us. So that was quite an experience. And it did work out well, because only the pilots were asked to leave the aircraft, go into an office, and just explain what they had done. But because it was Libya, we were concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be too. Cool. All right. So let's talk a little bit about your work experience. Now, you said you were a flight attendant, which I didn't know. Huh? Awesome, by the way. So what else did you do in your career?
Well, I went to the University of Toronto, and I got a master's degree in clinical social work, because I'm very interested in what makes people tick.
Cool. So business, because what's the name of your business again?
It's Lynda Jean Image Consulting.
So tell me, when did you start it? Why did you start it? And what was the process?
Yes. So, as a clinical social worker, one of my jobs was to do individual and marital therapy. And I worked with business executives who often complained about feeling invisible at work. They were passed over for promotions. And of course, I was trying to work with them. But I did notice, because I have a creative eye, that I didn't think their appearance uh, had the same branding as the company that they worked for. And I couldn't help but wonder if that may have had something to do with them being passed over. So that led me to Google to see if is there any research about how we look related to how we're treated. And lo and behold, there's tons.
Tons, huh? And it's kind of cool because we don't think about it all the time. I think about it when I need to go present and when I know maybe I should wear a jacket or something. But most of the time we go with the flow and we don't. So this is really good. Before we go on what we should do and not, tell me why do you do this job? Why do you do what you do?
Oh gosh. Well, a lot of it is immediate gratification, which often we don't get in our jobs. And so I can work with someone one on one who wants to improve their appearance. And over a few days, it's magical.
Wow.
It's like they're a different person. And when you transform the outer image, you see the inner image become more confident
Yeah.
and happier.
Interesting. So let's talk. Let's talk about appearance. This is what you do. This is what you've been teaching for 15 years. So what should my listener, what should we know first
Oh
of
God.
all?
Well, there's so much. Every year companies spend millions of dollars to create brands that communicate who they are and what they do.
Hmm.
Well, we all have a brand too. And that brand is communicated by appearance, our behavior, and our communication. We're always being scrutinized, and especially today where everything is videoed. And so it's the way others see us, and it's how people distinguish us from others. And so imagine if you were on stage in front of a bunch of business executives and they were asked to rate you in terms of your appearance,
Hmm.
credibility, intelligence, knowledge, social skills. What do you think they'd say? Food for thought. It's actually a scary thought.
Mm.
And so, we all want the same thing. We all want to succeed in business for different reasons. It might be self fulfillment, it might be money, but it's very aware to grow as we go along and to be cognizant of our strengths and weaknesses.
I understand. So before we go on, what should I wear and everything, let me ask you this question. And we didn't practice this one, so I apologize. But when you say should we like you or not, do you think the look? If I'm trying to say, if I'm better looking than somebody else, does it play a big difference? Because some people are better looking than others, or heavier. Let's say that there's some people are better in shape than others. So is that something that when people are looking at you, even if you wear a nice jacket, that people will judge you
Mhm. We're constantly being judged. And
constantly?
I'm not talking about beauty or handsome versus not good looking. I'm talking about grooming. So you
Grooming.
can be a large person, but if you are groomed beautifully and your hair is a nice current style and you smile and you have all the skills, people love to be smiled at. So when you walk into that door to be interviewed, all of a sudden they're going to like you, or they
Yeah.
should. So
Yeah.
it's not based on beauty, it's based on grooming, how you
Grooming.
present yourself.
Very good. So first impression, right? How long does it take for people to judge you?
It's scary. There was a study done at Northeastern University, and they came up with 7 to 30 seconds. But in addition to that, there are a number of research studies that confirm the same thing. It takes a few seconds. And in those few seconds, people make assumptions about us. They
Yes.
make assumptions. Remember, they don't know us yet. They just looked at us. They make assumptions about our social and economic status in society. They make assumptions about our level of education, and they make assumptions about our credibility, our power, and what the future holds for us. And there's a study done at the University of Iowa that said that it can take up to 20 meetings with someone to reverse an incorrect first impression. So you only get one chance. Make it a good one.
So you're saying if I go there, I don't make my first impression very well, it takes another 20 meetings? You said 20 or 30?
20.
20 meetings to reverse the,
It's
ooh,
very powerful.
yeah. Yeah. So what should we do? You're the expert, right? So give me like 2, 3, 5 tips that I can do. What should we do?
It depends where you're going, what your goal is, and who your audience is.
All
So
right.
dress for the occasion. Even executives don't have to wear a suit every day. It might be casual Friday where they're just doing paperwork. Or is it a day when a financial advisor is going to go into someone's home and meet with them? Or are you going to a networking event? So be smart about the way you look, and always have a backup outfit at home, because if you're dressed to the nines and you walk out the door and you spill coffee, you always want to be able to de-stress by going back in and putting on a new outfit. And so always strategize and think about, where am I going? What do I want out of this? And for women, I will say, wear a little bit of makeup. Not a lot of makeup. There was a study done in 2017 by Harvard University, Procter and Gamble. They interviewed 149 men and women and showed them multiple pictures of women, 4 pictures each, ranging from no makeup to moderate makeup. So just moderate, not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the results were astounding, but perhaps not, because all 149 of them liked the women with moderate makeup. Their perception was that they're more likable,
Mm.
they're more credible, they're more reliable, they're more trustworthy, and they look nicer.
Good. Here's a question. It could be, I'm gonna listen to you because every time I go in my closet there, I gotta go present. Let's talk about colors.
Yeah.
Okay, can you help me a little bit? Because I go there and I'm looking, should I wear pink today? I don't wear pink, but blue, light blue. So any advice or tips you could give us?
And you can wear a pink shirt.
Of course, of course. But yeah.
Yes. So yeah,
Like,
color is fascinating, and there have been studies done. Businesses have done colors on studies on color to determine, are there certain colors that impact how people perceive us in business? And yes, in fact, there are. So I'll talk about a few. I'll talk about black. This is a very severe color. It can be antagonizing. Black, you can't see through it. It's there, it's strong and mighty. And so people who wear black suits are usually the people in charge, CEOs, business owners, and these are the ones who make the decisions. And then there's the color of navy blue and charcoal gray, and they have the same meaning. These are colors of credibility and trust. So if you're in sales, wear navy blue.
I
They
see.
think it dates back to the British Navy, where they were trustworthy, reliable. They never let us down. And they wore their navy blue blazer. And so when I work with young adults, new MBAs, new lawyers who just graduated, have never owned a suit, and they say to me, what color suit should I wear or buy? And I say navy blue.
I see.
And then I want to talk about the color red. Red is the power color. Red is the color of blood, fire engines. It makes our adrenaline flow. So if you're a man, go out and wear your suit and a red tie, because that means you are powerful, you're going to get it done, and you are fearless. And for women, wear a beautiful red suit or a lovely red dress. It means you're unafraid. And people remember your messages if you present it in red 2 times longer than if you didn't.
I'm sorry, you want to say it again?
Yes. So if you give a presentation and you're wearing red,
Yeah.
people, your audience will remember your message twice as long as if you were wearing brown or.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Power of
It gets
colors.
attention.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. I gotta go shop, get some red. Hey, how about jackets? When do we wear a jacket or not? I mean, I'm talking, let's say, I know what you present. I don't know. So everybody has different ideas on this one. Let's say I just go for network. I don't go for an interview right now. I don't go to present. I just go network. What should I wear? Quickly, if you can.
Networking, it depends what you're networking for. If you want to create more business, wear a
Yes.
jacket.
Wear a
Oh,
jacket?
dress above what may be expected. If you're never sure, dress above. And it doesn't have to be a formal suit. You can wear a jacket with a nice pair of pants and an open shirt. And women can do the same. And today, suits and suit jackets are in vogue. Everyone's wearing them, which is really good.
Good. What about ties? I used to wear ties all the time, and now I don't wear any. I
I
don't.
know the world is changing. Since the dot-com era in the early 19s, we all hear about business casual, and there's so much confusion about business casual. So with a matching suit, a man will always wear a tie. That's the formal level of business dressing. One notch down is semi-formal. So semi-formal looks very good too. And that is where the tie is optional. So you might wear a beautiful sports jacket with a matching pair of pants and an open shirt, or maybe a beautiful thin silk sweater underneath. So it's up to you if you wear a tie or not in the semi-formal way of dressing.
Good. Here's a good one here. What's the main mistake that you see people do? Because we should do make me. I mean, we should make
Gosh,
mistakes. Right?
just their grooming and
Not shaving or dirty hands, stuff like that. You mean?
yeah, and sometimes the clothes they wear. I mean, obviously, some people have it in their DNA to just put it together beautifully,
Yeah.
and others don't. So this does not come as criticism, but I do see some people dressed shabbily, and it looks like they didn't make an effort. So what that transmits to me is that if they didn't make an effort, what kind of effort would they make if I hired you to do anything?
Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Uh, what would be the best advice you can tell anybody? Let's say I go for a job or I go present my product. What would be the best advice other than grooming, of course, and wash your hands? But about cologne, maybe, or what's
Okay, so what's most important aside from good grooming is be prepared. That's the old brownie um, message I learned when I was a kid. Be prepared. Know your audience. What do you want? Research the company. What is their mission statement? Learn as much as you can and then you'll be confident and you'll exude so much knowledge as
Absolutely.
well. And people love that. People love to be around upbeat, knowledgeable people.
Yes, I always say people like to do business with professional and knowledgeable people.
Mhm.
That's why we should learn something every day about what we do, right? All right. So, anything else you want to go add to appearance before we go to my success questions?
No, I think that's it. Even image consultants have image consultants because if you look something long enough, it can become stale.
Yeah.
And so I meet with someone who will say, "Hey, Lynda, you've had the same this or that for a while. Why don't you put this together?" Or I think these shoes are a bit old, and I'll say, "Oh, but I love them."
Yeah.
But they're right. So there's nothing more beautiful than a professional, objective opinion because we never know it all.
Agree. Agree. Success question number one. I mean, it's right in business in the last 15, 20 years. Tell us about the most challenging, maybe conflict challenge you had to overcome and how you did it, if you have one.
Well, it was someone who was sent to me by the company, and it was a manager, a female manager of several young men and women at a very large insurance company. And I didn't know what to expect because human beings don't like to feel out of control. And she knew that she was being sent. But I reframed it to her that they viewed her as someone so valuable that she was worth the investment. And I spent a lot of time with her, and this is important too. I didn't just get right into it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I learned about her experiences, that she didn't feel valued, that she didn't feel respected by her uh, co-workers and her staff. And so I took her through the 4 stages of working with people's individually. I did a personal color analysis. I taught her the right styles to wear for her body because she was a very tiny woman too.
Hmm.
And then we cleaned out her closet, and then we shopped. And I'm telling you, the transformation was beautiful. And what was even more beautiful was to see her stand erect and her shoulders went back, and she was so confident and self assured. And when she went back to work, she said it was very, very subtle, but she didn't get the sense that people were laughing at her or
Mm.
talking about her.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. In your opinion, three characteristics, human traits that everybody needs to be successful in business.
Well, in addition to good grooming, confidence,
Hmm.
competence, credibility.
Credibility. That's a good word. What do you mean by that?
Sometimes people look credible or not credible right away. There's a joke, oh, I wouldn't buy a used car from him, if you look a certain way. Um, you have to earn credibility, and that takes time. And credibility is really about having the social skills naturally. And if you don't have good social skills naturally, you can be tested by a psychologist and learn social skills. But by social skills, I'm talking about reliability. I'm talking about
Mm.
empathy for other people. I'm talking about likability. And when you have those beautiful social skills, people will trust you and want to be around you and spend more time with you. To me, that's credibility. It
I
encompasses many things.
got it. Got it. Thank you very much. What's the one thing you do every single day to grow as a woman and to businesswoman to make sure you're better than the next day?
Well, every morning, especially during COVID, when it's been so stressful and so difficult for all of us, Before I get out of bed, I think about all the things I'm grateful for. And
Mm.
there are many things. So call it my gratitude list. And I list them. And for me, this is very helpful and it starts the day out the right way.
Absolutely. That's one of the things to I do when I do my coaching month number 3. We do something like that. Absolutely. Gratitude attracts more what? More gratitude, more things to be grateful for, right? Easy. So thank you for sharing with us. Favorite book. What's your favorite book?
Well, we're talking about appearance today. So I would say The Image of Leadership by Sylvie DeGusto. And she
Okay.
talks about a lot of politicians and famous people. And we think, oh, if you're famous and you have money, you never make mistakes. Well, you do. And so it's I found it to be a very good book. I think it was written around the Republican debates in 2016,
Oh, wow.
rather. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite quote?
Yes. It's an old quote from the 1830s written by a famous author, Henry David Thoreau. Many of you have probably heard about him. And he said, I wonder how long men would retain their ranks if divested of their clothing.
Hmm.
1830s. So image mattered then, and it
Yeah.
matters today, and it will always matter, because this is the way human beings are wired. We like to look at nice things.
Yes, we all do. Good. So I'm going to say promo time now. So I give you like 2 minutes. Tell us how do we contact you, website, everything, and why we should do business with you. And I think you have a gift for everybody, right? So if you want to mention that at the same time.
I do. So feel free to contact me, Lynda at lasvegasmakeovers.com. So that is my email address, Lynda spelt with a Y. And let me know that you listen to the podcast. And I am happy to offer you via Zoom a complimentary image assessment. It can be about image, it can be about your behavior or your communication.
Very good. Is anything else you want to add? No? Phone
Well,
number, phone
I
number.
work with individuals, all ages, to help them improve their image. But I also do presentations for children age 7 to 13 called Manners Matter, because it's important to reach the little ones and teach them why etiquette is important, and kindness and respect. And so I do that. And then lastly, I do a lot of corporate work as well. Before COVID, I would present and spend days working with various people from the banking industry, finance, right down to small businesses.
Good. So you do one-on-one with normal, like called normal people like me, and you do also group and corporate, right?
Yes, I do.
Very good.
Yes. And since COVID, I've been offering a lot more webinars, and many of my one on one services can be done virtually as well.
Okay. Did you mention your email address?
Yes, Lynda with a Y at lasvegasmakeovers.com.
Pretty cool, Lynda. Hey, I want to thank you for doing this with us. I think there was so much value. I mean, I think a lot of people they should look you up and they should go for that one-on-one free complimentary session for sure, because that's so much value. Don't go away. I'm going to say a few things and we're going to say bye together. Is that okay? Guys, if you are successful in your business, if you know somebody who's successful in their business and they're a good speaker, we're always looking for speakers. So contact zeelall. I'm going to put her email right here below. So contact her. She's going to tell you the process, how to do that, what we're looking for. Also, if you had some value from Lynda today, 3 things you need to do: like, comment, and share. Just do it. The bigger we become, the more people are going to be able to help. Also, that's pretty much what I did, Lynda. Again, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. And for everybody else, I say the same as every time. Be well. See you next week and stay focused on what you really, really, really want. See ya.